Hello! Welcome to my first ever Pick a Pile tarot reading. I've never done one of these before, but I love watching them, and I post a lot of tarot stuff on my Instagram. I offer readings. I'm going to post in the description everything that I do offer in case you want to get a reading from me. You can always message me here or on Instagram. And today's reading, the topic is going to be what's happening in my life right now or in your life that you may or may not see / be aware of. What is advice for navigating towards the best possible outcome, and what might the best possible outcome be? So I'm going to make a couple piles and have fun with this, and let's see what happens. I'm excited. Thanks for being here. Okay, so essentially I have pulled all the cards. Here they are. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Take your time to intuitively feel which one you feel the most drawn to. I'll timestamp them. And I pulled 3 different categories of cards, one for the situation. Why does this happen? I don't understand. Anyway, one for the situation, one for what a best possible outcome could be, and one for advice on how to move towards that best possible outcome. And then for the best possible outcome and advice, I pulled a little oracle card for each, and they're these herbal plant cards. So I'm going to tune into the energy that I feel from each plant card and interpret that. So go ahead, take your time, pause this to pick your pile, but I'm just going to move these aside now and jump in to pile number 1. Welcome. I'm using the deck, the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. Looks like it was published by Sterling Ethos. And there's a website called liminal11.com, which maybe you can find this deck at. Anyway, this is what I used. What is the situation happening in your life right now that you may or may not see? We have the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, 7 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 6 of Torches, and Queen of Swords. For what the best possible outcome is, I had 4 cards come out. We have the Prince of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, Princess of Cups, and the Moon, and Black Currant. And then for advice on how to achieve the best possible outcome, we have the Judgment card, the Hermit card, and the Justice card, with Silver Birch as the little oracle guidance. So starting off with the pile, what is going on right now? The 7 of Swords would represent confusion, and the 4 of Swords would represent quiet. And in the middle of it, there is the Queen of Pentacles, which represents the qualities of nurturing, abundance, financial, material security, stability. So perhaps there is a sense of a lull or confusion around this, how to achieve security, how to connect with nourishment, or how to I don't know, but I feel very confusing energy. 3 of Pentacles relates to teamwork and collaboration, and 2 of Cups relates to attraction, emotional reciprocity, and also a feeling of emotional nourishment. So perhaps there is a couple of people or someone in your life that you've been working closely with, and you feel some attraction towards them. Or it could be that some project or endeavor or work that you're doing actively is closely related with these feelings of emotional nourishment and attraction. Like this team or teamwork or project or collaborative endeavor of yours is bringing out this magnetic, attractive attraction, excitement, happy, safe, wonderment, kind of. Those are qualities I think of when I look at the 2 of Cups. And on this side, the 6 of Wands and the Queen of Swords, I feel like this relates to a passionate, I'm getting the image of someone dropping everything and standing on a pedestal and declaring some some truth. And the Queen of Swords relates to speaking the truth, and the Six of Torches or the Six of Wands relates to like victory. So triumph over truth, triumphant truth, triumph with information, winning something by telling the truth, or sharing information in order to conquer or win or something, or like stake your claim, kind of. And then, yeah, so I feel like maybe something that's happening is like there's this question of like, how do I don't know why stay calm is popping into my head, but like how do I elicit the Queen of Pentacles energy? How do I elicit this stability, nourishment? So yeah, questioning it because there's some confusion or like lack of clarity or lack of information around surrounding these two cards: the attraction, the connection, the emotional reciprocity, whatever that is, and this nourishing, abundant, feminine quality, whether it's a person or a feeling inside of yourself. Like there's questions around it, or information that's missing, or something that's not clear. And then on the other side of the Queen of Pentacles, next to the Six of Wands, we have the Four of Swords, which relates to rest, peace, quiet mind, stillness. It's like kind of turning off the mind and having a period of stillness. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. In the portion where we have the best possible outcome, or a desirable outcome, what that looks like, we have the Prince of Pentacles, or I think this is the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Princess of Cups, or the Princess's Page, Prince's Knight. Okay, so yeah, we have the Page of Cups and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Page, Knight. Knight of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Moon for the best desired outcome. And then for the Oracle plant, we have Blackcurrant. Immediately, this gives me bold, rich, deep, like root chakra, nourishing, grounding, confident. I know who I am. I'm centered in myself. I'm at ease in myself. And it's like this confidence and this like magnetic vortex energy, because blackcurrant, the fruit, is deep. It's a beautiful black dark color, red, purpley, and it looks like, I don't actually know the anatomy of this plant 100%, but on the outside of the flowers, it feels very soft, and like it's like a soft quality. So it's like a gentleness, like you knowing or feeling the truth of who you are, surrounded by this gentleness. And because this is the outer appearance, this is like the connection between, like this, the image of the way that this plant looks on the outside. It's like the connection between you and your insides and the outside world. So there's this feeling that I'm trying to get at of like how you come across and how your energy is displayed and delivered and whatever. So there's something having to do with, could be communication, it could be sharing or showing people who you are, or like presenting yourself how you want to present. And then I'm just going to read the benefits on this. The leaves have diuretic and anti-rheumatic properties, eliminating uric acid and purines for treatment of arthritis and atherosclerosis. Blackcurrant stimulates cortisol production and activates the sympathetic nervous system, which can decrease stress symptoms. That's weird because I know the parasympathetic is the rest and relax and digest, and sympathetic is fight or flight. So, I guess cortisol does activate sympathetic. And, I guess there's wisdom in this, in allowing your body to have a natural stress response. There's a lot of conversation. I don't know. I feel like there's a weird neo-spiritual culture that kind of tries to teach people to deny their trauma responses and reactions. And I personally feel like fighting or flighting or choosing like how you want to react to a stressful or traumatic or triggering situation, like it can be empowering to acknowledge that yes, you're having a trauma response, and no, you don't necessarily need to be calm, or what I'm trying to say is you don't need to suppress your reaction or response or like feelings, and that's what the cortisol statement on here made me think of. As gargles, they can soothe sore throats and mouth ulcers. The mouth relates to speaking, expression, and perhaps there is, like this endeavor to like soften how you communicate or how you reach out or how you appear or just something, with the soothing sore throats and mouth ulcers thing here. High vitamin C content gives a tonic effect during infectious processes and stimulates resistance to infections. High anthocyanoside content contributes to eye health. Okay, so perception, again, visual appearance, how you appear, how you're perceived, how you want to display yourself. Those are all things that are coming up for me with this. And also boundaries with the, creating resistance to infections. So that's what I feel for blackcurrant. And then with the actual cards themselves, what does the best possible outcome look like? Well, I feel like, so on the bright side of the Three of Swords card, which is generally a heartbreak card, there's the energies of shock, change, sudden change, rapid movement. It's just like quickness beyond quickness. And like I get an ungrounded feeling. What I'm doing in my mind is I'm breaking down the qualities of air and the qualities of the number 3 numerologically. 3, I feel, is a very harmonious, cohesive number. And when I think of 3, I think of a spiral. And I think of like 3 proton, electron, neutron. I don't know if I'm like getting the science of this right in my head, but I just imagine particles orbiting a central force and like 3 particles all together. And because there are 3 of them, that creates just this harmonious, like counterbalanced, equanimous kind of feeling. Like that's what I feel when I feel the number 3. And 3 feels like a very dynamic number to me. And then swords or air, it's moving, it's quick. And so when you combine this, I feel like 3, I'm getting this feeling of like anti-gravity, floating, effortless like energy when I think of the number 3, and then adding air, swift movement to that. I feel like that's a recipe for things to potentially easily be disturbed. And when I say disturbed, I don't mean with a negative connotation. I mean disturbed as in like moved, because there's already this harmonious, fluid motion kind of happening with the number 3 that I feel, and then you add the air to that, the swiftness, the motion, it just has the potential, I think, to make things maybe a little crazy. So it's like, I feel like change is the message of what is the most ideal outcome for you right now, or just some sort of movement or some sudden realization or some insight into something that needs to be broken down or shift. Like that's just what's coming in my head, so I'm saying it. And then I feel like with these two, with the moon and the Page of Cups, there is a desire or an ideal or attractive energy relating to the expression of your emotions and how you ride the wave, so to speak, and the 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 same for the moon card. um I feel like peace and quiet, really meditation, observation, attunement, sensuality, listening. Did I say listening already? Those things could be beneficial for you right now, and um, channeling that in a way, riding it, going with the flow, not letting it stop your or not letting it kind of like cut you off from the way you feel or the way you move is what I'm trying to say. And then there's like this as an ideal outcome, like an ideal outcome or situation with this card here, the Knight of Pentacles, makes me feel like there's something about taking action and integrating how you feel. And when I say feel, I mean how you operate in regards to your feelings right now and your insights around those feelings. And it's like, so like taking action, feeling your feelings, and thinking and feeling into how to communicate and express that is just what comes through here. So that's that. I'll leave that there. Let's make these nice again. In the advice on how to move towards your best possible outcome, we have the Judgment card, the Hermit card, and the Justice card. So 3 major arcana, and then we have Silver Birch. How to move forward, how to move towards the best possible outcome. Judgment. So, how? Judgment is suggesting, this is a very practical way that you can apply the wisdom of this, but this is an idea that I derived from the energy of this card. So you can do whatever you want, but this is saying assess this situation from all angles and consider all the different points of view to come up with a just, fair, and balance. Perspective. And what I would do is I would sit down with a notebook and a pen, and I would write I would just sort out what is in my head, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, in order to move towards what the best outcome for me in this situation is. I would take my time to consider and be fair. And if I have any role models that I look up to, that I trust to be objective or to reflect the situation for me, I would go to them. I would gather some perspectives, and I would dig very deeply inside of myself to find what I feel is true and fair. It's like, this is like, go spend some time by yourself and think about what you really want and how you really feel. That's what I get from this. And then Silver Birch. With powerful diuretic properties, I think these are both diuretic, Silver Birch and Blackcurrant, interestingly. So maybe pay attention to your kidneys or your urine tract or whatever. With powerful diuretic properties, the leaves treat inflammation and infection of the urinary tract, kidney stones, and rheumatism. The buds have the same properties. The bark, likewise a diuretic, stimulates digestion and brings down fevers. It is excellent for skin problems, especially dry skin. Silver birch sap is a clear, slightly sparkling liquid that is said to have diuretic and purifying properties. It is drunk as a cure for arthritis and bladder stones. So maybe a little detox is in order. Maybe this is an invitation to get toxins flowing, like allow toxins to flow, allow yourself to be cleansed, literally maybe you need to pay attention to your kidney and your urinary tract. I know I already said that, but that could energetically help, you process whatever energy you're processing. Editing Alea here, I just wanted to insert something that was brought to my attention. Silver birch talks about skin, and the black currant also reminded me a lot of appearance and how you present yourself. So perhaps there's some message here, some deeper message on how we can detoxify our image, so to speak, or purify our image, and how can we bring our identity and the way we present ourselves into alignment with our core values, and how we want to show up in an energetic way. So just a thought. When I read the stimulates digestion part, I feel like with the hermit, with this introspection surrounded by like truth and justice and fairness and perspective, maybe it feels hard, like maybe what you're facing or what you need to do in order to move forward feels like a little like there's a lot to digest and process. So this is a little nod to supporting your digestion physically and emotionally so that you can actually process this. So that's what I have for you, Pile 1. If you enjoyed this and you want a personal reading from me, message me on YouTube or on Instagram at Rustic Peach. I'm going to post the link in my description. I'm offering personal readings, Celtic cross readings, personal question readings. I also have a Patreon with in-depth monthly generalized deep dives, as well as personalized short and sweet monthly readings. There are only a few spots available for that, so jump on it if you want to be a part of it. Again, it's in my description. I'm also offering intuitive body energy scan drawings with written analyses of the energy that I pick up on. And if you want to learn more about that, go in my description. Everything's going to be there. So thank you so much for being here, and see you next time. Greetings, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading about what you may or may not be aware of that's happening in your life right now, what a potential best outcome for you could look like, and advice on how you might be able to move towards that outcome. So let's lay everything out and see what we have. For what's happening in your life right now, we have the 2 of Swords, 6 of Wands, interesting, King of Wands, Emperor reversed, and 5 of Pentacles. Or what might be a desirable outcome for you, we have the 10 of Pentacles, Death, and the 4 of Cups. And then we have the oat plant oracle. And then for how to potentially move towards that, the 10 of Cups, Judgment, and the Ace of Pentacles, and Pomegranate. What's going on? This is kind of like a placeholder, and I didn't take the Joker out of my decks because I kind of like to read it as it's kind of just like a placeholder and amplifying whatever's around it, and so it makes the surrounding cards bigger or more important in the way I read. So this is significant enough. 1, 2, 3. So what's going on for you right now? I wonder if you are close to achieving or finishing something, and you've been in a process of thinking or considering what to do, or like how to go forward, or how to win, or how to like accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. 6 of Wands relates to victory, winning, success, triumph. And 2 of Swords is like a contemplative, thoughtful thinking, consideration, decision, junction energy. So that coming out next to 6 of Wands is like, what do I do? What do I want to win? Or like, what do I want to achieve, kind of. And then there's also this other energy of the King of Wands. I mean, the King of Wands is a very strong, powerful energy. It's like the loudest, boldest. It's like conviction, confidence, drive, going after what he wants. This being next to the Emperor. So I feel like that maybe there's in your life. Okay, so what's happening right now? Yeah, there's like maybe a reevaluation, like a passionate reevaluation of like, so the Emperor on its face is like either I don't got this or something's got to change, or like the places my energy is being designated are backwards or not grounded or not kind of going to the right place, either within you or outside of you. There's some dynamic of leadership or initiation or responsibility, or taking action that is just not aligned or not fully in the right place. Because upright, this is integrity. This is a sacrifice for the greater good. It's just integrity. It's doing the right thing regardless of feelings or comfort or whatever. So it could be read as someone who's cold, but I don't really like that because I think it takes incredible strength of the heart to have integrity and to operate from a level of power akin to that which the emperor holds. So it's just a powerful leader. But upside down, it's like that energy for leadership is maybe going in a wrong place or being wasted or something. Next to the King of Wands, I feel like there's this maybe agitation is what I feel. Yeah, agitation, because it's just fire and power and strength, looking for a way out, like looking for a direction. And then Five of Pentacles is like failure, kind of change, destruction, disappointment, something didn't work out. So it's like frustration, maybe like I get the feeling or the image of like someone breathing into a balloon and it just pops because all that life that is being pumped into the balloon is the balloon is not really an appropriate container or vessel for that amount of breath and life force after a certain capacity. So there's this dynamic in these cards that I feel that's like something that you were living in or doing or some structure that you had was not enough to contain your energy or like what you had or whatever. So there's a feeling of disappointment and just like that's what I feel. All right, so let's go into the best possible outcome. We have the Ten of Pentacles, Death, and the Four of Cups. This makes a lot of sense now that I read this already. Ideally, you want stability, you want happiness, and you want to take from what you build and what you create and like allow that to just like hold you and fill you and nurture you. And you want to kind of lean back into that. Like you want to sit back in your throne. You also maybe subconsciously have been wanting an intense change or transformation. Something doesn't fit. Your old skin doesn't fit. And I personally resonate a lot with this energy. Subconsciously, there's this desire for change and transformation and death. And it's like part of you wants nothing more than to just let go and allow this like emotional peace and security and fluidity to occur. It's like this is a card of comfort and stillness and emotional reflection, because the Four represents stillness and stability, and water is moving, fluid, ebbing and flowing. So yeah, I feel like the most ideal outcome is to allow the process of whatever you're losing or shedding to continue to occur, because nothing but Nothing but good is going to come of that. Nothing but stability, nourishment, peace, etc. is going to come from this. So let's read about the oat. I'm going to read the benefits on this card. So it says oats can be eaten in flakes, flour, or whole grains. Restoratively nutritious, they're ideal for children, convalescents, and the elderly. High mineral content, silica, iron, manganese, and zinc, perfect for mineral deficiencies or recovery from illness. It reduces cholesterol, so it is beneficial in the prevention of cardiovascular diseases. I'm just going to pause myself right here with the mineral thing. Minerals provide fundamental building blocks for life. So I feel like this is pointing to whatever this thing that didn't fit and is dying in your life that's causing this frustration or whatever. There's like a message here that I feel that's saying supplicate this void or this empty space with things that are nourishing on a fundamental level, things that speak directly to your soul, that nurture you, that give room for you to be who you are and to be the leader that you are, and to express your energy in a way that is powerful and effective and true and authentic and invigorating for you. So yeah, minerals, like, give yourself a boost. Identify what fundamentally sustains your spirit and your soul and yourself. That's what I'm feeling for that. It reduces cholesterol, so it is beneficial in the prevention of cardiovascular diseases. I get the same image in my head, cholesterol or like toxic buildups in your arteries on the way to your heart. The heart is like fire, blood, life. So there's an energy in what the medicine of the oat can offer, relating to things that make your heart and your emotional heart and your soul feel maybe clogged a little bit or blocked or frustrated, and reducing that. So like creating more bandwidth in your life around how to express your fire. That's what I feel. Bran and oat flakes help digestion and relieve constipation. Again, movement, fluidity, cleansing, flow, just life moving through you, energy moving through you. Which I guess all of these little points could relate to that. But anyway, for external use, emollient oat baths soften dry, atopic, irritated, itchy skin, as well as relieve rheumatism and counter insomnia. Suggestion of the best possible outcome. Advice on how to go get it. 10 of Cups. Yeah, fulfill yourself, do what makes you happy, and just connect with this energy of what makes my soul truly happy and fulfilled, and where is it that I find myself feeling overflowing with contentment and bliss, and like truthfully rooted in my heart and soul and in the truth of that, in my essence. How do I get there? How do I do that? Is there anything I can do or think or say or practice or eat or drink or anyone I can talk to or just anything at all that can bring me close to this, to my essence, my soul, God? How to get to the best possible outcome. Be discerning. I feel like this might be a time to cut out what is dying or dead. Atonement. There's a need for atonement, or a suggestion that it could be good for you to reflect on what needs to go, what's good, what works, what is the truth of the core of the situation here, and how do I honor that? How do I act on that? And first, the components of that need to be recognized. So maybe sit down and reflect on that. New physical beginning. Perhaps the action that needs to be taken in order to move towards your best or potential best possible outcome is a physical move, or the physical start of a new project, cleansing or purifying the body, a new beginning related to the body, the material realm, earth, your senses. Yeah. And then we have the pomegranate here, which is such a beautiful, sensual, like, it's such a primordial fruit, the pomegranate. I mean, it's biblical. And it's kind of interesting because we have the descriptor on the judgment card is the spirit of primal fire. And primal and primordial are very similar words, and I was feeling them. It's funny too because the descriptor on this card is also Lord of the root of the powers of earth. So all of this is like pointing to primordial truth. I mean, really, the essence. Like, what is the essence? Like, can reconnect with the essence of your soul. Oh gosh, that's so funny. I actually just had a little connection in my own brain and soul about what this message means for me personally, so that's really cool, and I'll share it with you. Yesterday I was at the park literally talking with a tree. I like to have conversations with objects and trees and nature, and just, it's, that's why I love doing tarot. And one of the things that I heard was, go follow your childhood, what ignited you as a child. It's said a lot that, to reconnect with your purpose or your passion or just your essence or who you are or what you're meant to do in this world, or what you love, like, think back to what you were into as a child. And I was like, and I'll tell you the story real quick. I had an oracle deck, and it's like a mermaid ocean themed oracle deck, excuse me, and it's really beautiful. And one of the cards had descriptors of different types of coral on it, and I remembered how when I was a kid, it just all this kind of clicked in my brain at once. Like, as a kid, I was obsessed with encyclopedias, and I had this one encyclopedia of seaweed. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna go to the bookstore and look for seaweed encyclopedias and just do this one small thing as an effort to reconnect with my essence. Because in my life, I've been feeling a lot of this energy. Not to make it about me, but this is universal. This energy pattern could happen to anyone. And I just happen to very much relate to this right now. So it's really cool that I'm reading this. Okay, so I'm just going to read the benefits on the pomegranate card. So the flowers are astringent. They're effective against chronic diarrhea, abdominal pains, leukorrhea, and hemorrhages. The root, I don't know if I pronounced that right, Leucorrhea, leukorrhea. Okay, the root bark is an effective anthelmintic. The root bark is an effective anthelmintic, but has a high toxicity risk. Its use is strictly prohibited in children as well as pregnant and breastfeeding women. Overall, best avoided. What does anthelmintic mean? I need to Google that right now. Used to destroy parasitic worms. Okay, so it's like there's a property in this, and it's like there's a fine line between medicine and poison. Because some things that can be toxic and deadly can also be medicinal, obviously to be used knowledgeably and cautiously and properly. So there's this energy in this anthelminthic quality of the pomegranate husk, or the root bark rather, the root bark. Yeah, there's this anthelminthic quality of the root bark that borders and dances around death, because it kills parasites, but it could potentially be harmful for pregnant women and children. It's like a very edgy feeling, and it just gives me the feeling of like dropping into the void, like confronting the primordial fire of your soul and dancing around the edge of it, dancing with it. That's how I feel, and I like that. The fruit husk is an anthelminthic, but only for roundworm. That's very cool. Pomegranate juice is used as a tonic in cases of fatigue. That's very awesome. So vitality again. Gosh, pomegranate is like a fighter, a protector, a purifier. Applied topically, the fruit can treat skin problems such as acne and skin inflammation. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. So, wow, I really like that. Okay, so how to best get to the desirable outcome. Yeah, there's a bit of like dancing on the edge of the unknown, I feel, and getting back in touch with your essence and starting up an action or a decision or a project based off of that. So there you go. Thanks for being here. If you like this reading and you want a personal reading from me, feel free to send me a message here on YouTube or on my Instagram, Rustic Peach, which I will link in my description. I also have a tarot Patreon, which has long, deep dive monthly readings, general readings, and personalized short and sweet readings, which for those, there are a limited amount of spots available. So if you would like one, definitely jump on it before the spots are filled up. I also offer intuitive body scan art illustration readings with written analyses of what I feel. So if you want more info, more descriptions, more in-depth, shares on what all that is about, just check out the description or send me a message. Pleasure to read for you. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, hi pile number 3. Welcome to your reading on what you may or may not be aware of that's going on in your life right now. I'm just getting ahead of myself with my words. What a potential best outcome might look like for you right now, and how to potentially move towards that best possible outcome. So let's lay everything out. All right, so what's going on in your life right now? Queen of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, an 8 of Swords, Knight of Cups, 7 of Cups, and 2 of Cups. A lot of cups. So with the Ace of Swords next to the 8 of Swords, there's this energy of relief and like finally things are not so chaotic. I don't actually know which is which, but like you may have gone through something recently or are going through something where things have just felt absolutely chaotic. Maybe you felt spread thin with the 8 of Swords, and then Ace of Swords is like refreshed mind, new ideas, inspiration, insight. So these two next to each other, I think it's a good omen because we have the Ace of Swords. So it's like refreshing an area of your life where you once felt maybe overwhelmed or bogged down or scattered. Knight of Cups points to moving forward from this energy into it's almost like there's been a reconnection or reinvigoration of your heart, your creative. Why? Oh, is that because I did that? Okay. Yeah, my computer does weird things. I don't know. Okay. Maybe it is ghosties affirming. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Anyway, yeah, so the Knight of Cups, it's like I was saying, reinvigoration of like the expression of your soul, your heart. And with the 7 of Cups, it's like, ooh, and the 2 of Cups, it's, yeah, this is very dreamy energy. The 7 of Cups is dreamy energy. It's like daydreaming, fantasizing, wistful feelings. And then the 2 of Cups is like actually emotionally magnetizing it's just something that feels like it is nurturing and nurturing to you and creates this feeling of emotional reciprocity and fullness in you. So that's really nice. And at the beginning, we have the Queen of Wands and we have the 9 of Pentacles. This is kind of a very juicy feminine energy. The Queen of Wands she's got fire, she's got prowess, she's confident, she's attractive, she's outspoken. Makes me think of like a musician or a performer or someone who feels very natural. being very outspoken, extroverted, center of attention, and there's a lot of happiness around that. Or like, yeah, maybe this is someone who has a lot of fulfillment and success around expressing themselves boldly and passionately. So maybe there's been a shift, or like some, like, you've been on track with this energy, the expression, the confidence, the boldness, the satisfaction that comes with kind of being who you authentically are in whatever capacity that is. And there was like a moment between that and this feeling that either you're entering now or you're going to come into, or you recently it kind of came about, where you were kind of like your heart and soul and more emotional soft sides reemerged, and your kind of fantastical, dreamy, whimsical, poetic spirit started to, it just like came on board again. Not that it wasn't there before, but it's like very obviously here. And between that and this, there was a pause or a scare, or this, I just get this feeling of like, like gasping for air. So, yeah, like a sudden change or an interruption, or just like something central to this energy that came up and maybe was a little scary, but like it looks like you had some insight or clarity around that. So let's get to the add-ons here. So what does what is a best possible outcome for you? What does it look like? Okay, collaboration, teamwork, change, entering, like taking a new opportunity, and we have flax. Okay. So, best possible outcome for you potentially. This again, this is just a suggestion. This is all suggestion. So take it, take it as you will. But yeah, it looks like what you subconsciously desire right now, or consciously desire, or would be very good for you, is collaboration. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Wheel. So it's like, yeah, okay, I feel like this is like saying that there is an opportunity for you to collaborate with people, and it's coming, and it's going to change your world. It's going to change your life, and you're going to feel like a winner. And let's see what flax has to say. Seeds are a laxative for chronic constipation. Their mucilage swells when wet, increasing volume of stools and their expulsion. Seeds soothe irritation of the digestive system and urinary tract. Flaxseed flour is used for emollient and maturative poultices. Linseed oil is rich in omega-3 fatty acids and is said to be beneficial against endometrial and breast cancer. Whole flax seeds lower blood cholesterol levels, playing a role in preventing heart disease. They're also beneficial in treating high blood pressure, hyperactivity, and relieving menopausal disorders. So let's see here. What does the wisdom of the flax have to say about what the best potential outcome for you looks like? Yeah, I feel like whatever new opportunity is that you're on the cusp of, it's going to help you feel like your fire and your water inside of you and your earth are moving more fluidly. I say earth because I'm thinking of stool. It talks about constipation, laxative, getting things moving and flowing, and kind of adding water and heat to the earth to make it move. Whatever this like opportunity is, what I'm trying to say is I feel like it's going to help things move, because flax talks about digestion, blood cholesterol. So I feel like that indicates that the energetic qualities of those systems or those functions are correlated with whatever decision this, or like whatever opportunity this is. I think we said all we needed to say with this, so I'll just leave it there. And then in advice for how to move closer towards this potential best possible outcome, We have got the King of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Ah, there's a this is kind of really cool. There's a union between the I feel like you're going to be acting in a way that is in integrity with your heart and your head, your mind and your heart, your intellectual convictions, and your creative passion, power. And it's with the king, with two kings on either side, it's like this sense of integrity, maturity, responsibility, safety, containment. It's like, ooh, I feel like, yeah, it's like you go girl kind of feeling. Like you're making it happen. You're putting the structures in place. You're bringing in the soul and the truth and the information. Like you're just bringing it all together and you're committing to it, acting on it. Oh, it just this is a really really nice energy. I like this. We also have Ivy. I think this relates to boundaries as well. I've heard people talk about it in that capacity. Anyway, benefits. Ivy leaves soothe respiratory tract spasms, effective in cases in chronic bronchitis, severe laryngitis, tracheitis, and whooping cough in the form of dry extract-based preparations. It reduces skin tension, cellulite, and softens rough patches. Softening. Common ivy is also effective against stretch marks. It is used to treat cracks, chapping, and insect bites. Used for rheumatism, neuralgia, lower back pain, and sciatica. It eases pain and it creates a smooth appearance on the surface and it's like soothing. So, yeah, I just get the sense that in this advice on how to best move towards your best possible outcome, there's I feel like it's not necessarily something that you need to like change or do. I just get that feeling, but I feel like it's something that you're being encouraged to keep paying attention to or moving towards. But it's like I get the sense of this energy being integrated literally because this talks so much about skin and soothing the appearance of your skin. So through merging the heart and the head and water and air elements in your spirit and physically acting on that in integrity with that, balancing that, committing to that, I feel like the act of that is like part and parcel to, on the surface, your identity and how you look and how you appear and how you like show up and how you feel about yourself and how people maybe see you, or like just it's this feeling of like glowing and like your identity is powerful and strong and like I just get solid character vibes with this. So that's that. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this reading and you want a personal reading from me, feel free to message me here or on Instagram at Rustic Peach, which I will link in the description. I offer Celtic cross readings, and I also have a Patreon where I offer monthly general collective readings, deep dives into the energy of the month, as well as short and sweet personalized readings. And I only have a few spaces available for those readings on my Patreon, so if you want access, then hop on it. Again, everything's in the description. I also offer intuitive body scan portraits and written analyses of the energy that I pick up on, so if you are interested in that, I offer that on a sliding scale. Information, again, is in the description. Yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. Okie dokie. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you are staying this far for the end, I really appreciate it. Again, this is my first time doing pick a card collective readings, but I'm into tarot and I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. I had fun doing this and I hope that you enjoyed. Yeah, I hope you like this. Subscribe to my channel to stay posted on more tarot videos like this. If you want like personal life update things, I post those too. It's just a mishmash of my life, my art, tarot, reflections. I like to share a lot of insights and musings on this channel as well. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.